used motorcycle market is a financial bloodbath. Loans are underwater, and legendary machines are losing half their value overnight. For cash buyers, this is the greatest opportunity of the decade. We are breaking down 15 bikes crashing in price, why they tanked, and how to inspect them like a pro. But beware, the Superbike at number 1 is practically free because it is a total insurance nightmare. Before that high-speed trap, let's dissect the massive German cruiser that completely missed its target audience. Let's dive in. Number 15, the BMW R18. The BMW R18 was supposed to be the ultimate Harley-Davidson killer. The original MSRP at peak pricing sat around $18,000 for a base model, with the touring variants pushing $25,000. Today, you can find a clean used base model for $9,000. It lost half its value in record time. The specific reason for this price drop is a mix of overproduction and a complete misread of the market. BMW built thousands of these massive boxers, assuming the American V-twin crowd would jump ship. They did not. The price drop reflects pure market dynamics, not a genuine quality issue. The bike is built like a bank vault. When buying at this depreciated price, you must specifically inspect the exposed nickel-plated drive shaft for any pitting or rust, and check the valve covers for scrape marks. The cylinders stick out so far that inexperienced riders frequently drag them on tight corners. Is this price likely to stabilize? Yes, it has hit the bottom of the depreciation curve. Dealers are practically giving away leftover inventory, which pushes the used market down, but it cannot drop much further. This bike is perfect for the rider who wants a stunning, torque, heavy cruiser, but refuses to join the Harley crowd. Running costs are moderate. It is a reliable engine, but when it does need dealer service, you are paying premium BMW labor rates. But if you think the R18 depreciated hard, wait until you see the American muscle bike at number 14 that alienated its entire fan base. Number 14, the Harley-Davidson Sportster S. The Sportster S launched with massive hype and an original MSRP of $14,999. Today, the clean used market price sits dead at $8,500. The specific reason the price dropped is a massive reputation shift. Traditional Harley loyalists hated the liquid-cooled Revolution Max engine and the plastic shrouds. They wanted a rattling, air-cooled Evolution engine, not a high-tech rocket. The price drop reflects market dynamics and the alienation of a core demographic, not a quality issue. The engine is an absolute monster. When inspecting this model, you must specifically check the radiator shroud and the battery terminal area. The battery is notoriously difficult to access, and frustrated owners often snap the plastic covers trying to jumpstart the bike. Furthermore, verify the firmware is fully updated. Older software versions throw ghost engine codes. This price is likely to stabilize. The market has finally accepted what the bike is, and younger riders are swooping in to buy them cheap. This bike is perfect for the modern American muscle fan who wants to absolutely embarrass European naked bikes at a stoplight. If this breakdown is already saving you from a massive financial mistake, hit that subscribe button and join the smartest buyers on the internet. Let us get back to the countdown. Running costs are low for this bike. The liquid-cooled engine requires far less frequent maintenance than the old air-cooled dinosaurs. But if you want European exotic flair instead of American muscle, the Italian supermodel at number 13 is currently bleeding value faster than a sunk ship. Number 13, the Ducati Panigale V4. The early generation Panigale V4, 2018 to 2019, commanded an original MSRP of $22,000. Today, a clean used model trades hands for roughly $11,500. The specific reason for this drop is the launch of multiple new generations and the terrifying reality of Italian maintenance. The price drop reflects a mix of market dynamics and genuine maintenance fear. When inspecting this bike, you must specifically look at the Desmo service records. If the bike has 15,000 miles and the valves have not been checked, walk away. That service costs over $2,000 at a dealer. You must also inspect the lower fairings near the exhaust for heat warping. These bikes run incredibly hot in city traffic. The price is likely to drop slightly further as the brand new 2026 models flood the showrooms, making the older tech feel obsolete. This bike is perfect for the track day enthusiast who wants premium Italian clout on a Japanese budget. Running costs are astronomical. Between premium tires, premium fuel, and Desmo valve services, the maintenance will quickly offset your purchase savings if you ride it daily. But if you think Italian maintenance is scary, the electric depreciation at number 12 will make you physically ill. Number 12, the LiveWire One. The LiveWire One is the poster child for electric vehicle depreciation. The original Harley branded version had an MSRP of $29,799. Even after the rebrand to LiveWire, the MSRP was $22,799. Today, you can grab a clean used model for $10,500. The specific reason for the crash is pure economic conditions and brand strategy. LiveWire literally slashed their own new bike prices to move inventory, instantly destroying the resale value for existing owners. This reflects market dynamics, not a quality issue. When buying, you must specifically inspect the charging port pins for arcing or damage and demand a diagnostic printout of the battery health degradation. If the previous owner left it sitting at 0% charge all winter, the battery is chemically damaged. This price will drop further. Electric vehicle technology moves at the speed of smartphones. A 5-year-old EV battery is ancient tech. This bike is perfect for the urban commuter with a garage who wants instant silent torque and never rides more than 80 miles in a day. Running costs are dirt cheap. No oil changes, no valve adjustments, just tires and brake pads. But if you demand the roar of an internal combustion engine, the Austrian hooligan at number 11 will rip your arms out of their sockets. Number 11, the KTM 1290 Superduke R, the Gen 2 KTM 1290. Superduke R carried an original MSRP of $18,000. Today, you can wrestle one away from a desperate seller for $9,000. The specific reason the price dropped is the relentless launch of new generations. KTM launched the Gen 3 and then the massive 1390 Superduke. The Gen 2 simply became old news. This price drop reflects market dynamics mixed with a lingering reputation shift regarding KTM reliability. When inspecting the Superduke, you must specifically check the single-sided swing arm rear hub bearing. If the owner spent their weekends doing massive wheelies and neglected to grease the hub, it will seize. Also, inspect the clutch slave cylinder, which is famous for leaking fluid directly into the engine block. The price will stabilize here. $9 grand for a 170 horsepower V-twin is the absolute floor. This bike is perfect for the aggressive street hooligan who wants to terrorize the canyons and lift the front wheel in 4th gear. Running costs are high. It eats rear tires every 3,000 miles and demands expensive synthetic oil. But if you want Japanese reliability wrapped in a hooligan package, the machine at number 10 is currently a massive steal. Number 10, the Yamaha MT-10. The Gen 1 Yamaha MT-10 was the ultimate hyper-naked bargain at an original MSRP of $12,999. Today, the clean used market price is sitting at $6,500. The specific reason the price dropped is the launch of the vastly superior Gen 2 model with updated electronics combined with the Gen 1's reputation for atrocious fuel economy. This price drop is purely market dynamics. The CP4 crossplane engine is practically bulletproof. When buying, you must specifically inspect the EXUP exhaust valve. They frequently seize from carbon buildup. You should also check the clutch basket for excessive rattling at idle. The price is likely to stabilize. At $6 grand, you are getting an R1 superbike engine with comfortable handlebars. It cannot get much cheaper. This bike is perfect for the street rider who wants the best-sounding 4-cylinder engine in the world without the back pain of a supersport. Running costs are high specifically because of fuel. The MT-10 gets about 30 miles to the gallon on a good day. You will visit gas stations constantly. But if you prefer to cross the country instead of the city, the massive American bagger at number 9 is experiencing a shocking price correction. Number 9, the Indian Challenger. The Indian Challenger arrived with a massive original MSRP of $24,000. Today, early clean used models are trading for $13,000. The specific reason for the price drop is early adopter depreciation combined with a softening bagger market. Economic conditions are forcing riders to dump their massive luxury toys. The price drop reflects market dynamics, though early models had a few teething issues. When inspecting the Challenger, you must specifically check the water pump weep hole on the right side of the engine. If it is leaking coolant, the internal seal is blown. You must also inspect the electronic windshield motor. If it sat unused, the motor seizes. This price is likely to stabilize. 13 grand for a liquid-cooled 100-plus horsepower American bagger is a massive bargain. This bike is perfect for the high-mileage touring rider who who wants to absolutely blow past Harley Street glides on the highway. Running costs are moderate. The Power Plus engine is solid, but factory replacement parts are expensive. Speaking of expensive parts, the European missile at number 8 is known for breaking hearts and bank accounts. Number 8, the Aprilia Tuono V4 1100. The Aprilia Tuono V4 carried an original MSRP of $16,000. Today, you can find a clean used model for $8,000. The specific reason the price dropped is the classic Italian depreciation curve. A new generation launched, and the secondary market is terrified of its maintenance reputation. This drop reflects a genuine quality fear mixed with market dynamics. Early V4 engines had a reputation for dropping valves if abused. When inspecting this model, you must specifically demand cold start access. Listen for excessive rattling from the cam chain tensioners. You must also ask for proof of valve clearance checks. If the owner did it themselves without receipts, run away. The price is likely to drop slightly. The fear of catastrophic engine failure keeps buyers away. This bike is perfect for the canyon carver who wants the greatest chassis dynamics in the world and has a secondary vehicle for when the Aprilia is in the shop. Running costs are very high. The Tuono drinks fuel, shreds tires, and demands specialized mechanic labor. But if you want something cheap, reliable, and practically indestructible, the Cruiser at number 7 is flooding the used market. If you are realizing that buying used is the ultimate financial hack, hit that subscribe button. We expose the real market data every week, so you never overpay at a dealership again. Let's get back to the countdown. Number 7, the Honda Rebel 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100 launched as a budget-friendly powerhouse with an original MSRP of $9,999. Today, current clean used market prices have sunk to $5,500. The specific reason the price dropped is massive overproduction and upgrading. Beginners bought this as their first big bike, rode it for one season, and traded it in. The market is flooded with them. This reflects pure market dynamics. The quality is classic Honda perfection. When inspecting this model, especially the dual-clutch transmission variant, you must specifically check the shift motor engagement. Take it for a test ride and ensure it does not lurch violently from first to second gear. Also, inspect the chain. Beginners famously neglect chain lube, leaving them rusted stiff. The price will stabilize. A $5,000 leader bike cruiser is the floor of the market. This bike is perfect for the sensible commuter or the shorter rider who needs a low seat height of 27.5 inches, but still wants massive passing power. Running costs are incredibly low. The detuned Africa Twin engine will outlive you. But if you want a bike that looks like an alien spaceship, the discontinued oddity at number 6 is currently a massive bargain. Number 6, the Husqvarna Vitpilen 701. The Husqvarna Vitpilen 701 was a design masterpiece with an original MSRP of $11,999. Today, it trades for $5,500. The specific reason the price dropped is that Husqvarna entirely discontinued the model. The Cafe Racer ergonomics were too aggressive, making it a very niche product. This drop reflects market dynamics and the death of a model line. When inspecting the Vitpilen, you must specifically check the dashboard for interior condensation. The LCD screens are famous for leaking water and shorting out. You also need to inspect the clutch slave cylinder, which shares the same leaking flaw as its KTM cousins. This price is likely to recover because it is discontinued and visually stunning. It is on the fast track to becoming a future classic. This bike is perfect for the urban hipster who wants a motorcycle that looks like modern art and weighs a feathery 368 pounds. Running costs are moderate. The massive single-cylinder thumper engine is easy to work on, but vibrates heavily. If you prefer smooth, face-melting speed over single-cylinder vibrations, the legendary machine at number 5 is calling your name. Number 5, the Suzuki Hayabusa, the Gen 2. Suzuki Hayabusa had a final original MSRP of $14,799. Today, you can easily secure a clean used model for $7,500. The specific reason the price dropped is the release of the highly anticipated Gen 3 model and a massive reputation shift. The younger generation pivot away from heavy supersport touring bikes towards agile naked bikes. Then the price drop reflects pure market dynamics. When inspecting a used Hayabusa, you must specifically look for evidence of drag racing abuse. Check the swing arm for extension blocks. If the bike was stretched and lowered, inspect the oil pan for pavement damage. Furthermore, Take it on a test ride and accelerate hard in second gear. If it slips into neutral, the gear dogs are rounded off, requiring an engine rebuild. The price will stabilize. The Busa is a legend, and the Gen 2 is the most easily modified generation. This bike is perfect for the highway king who wants to dominate roll racing and cross state lines at terrifying speeds. And running costs are high. The bike weighs almost 600 pounds and will absolutely devour a rear tire in under 4,000 miles. But if you want a bike with an engine even larger than the Hayabusa, the British behemoth at number 4 is mathematically absurd. Number 4, the Triumph Rocket 3R. The Triumph Rocket 3R boasts the largest production motorcycle engine in the world. The original MSRP was $21,500. Today, clean used market prices have crashed to $12,000. The specific reason the price dropped is market saturation for ultra-niche luxury bikes. The people who could afford them bought them, realized they were too heavy and impractical for a daily commute, and sold them. This reflects pure market dynamics. When inspecting the Rocket, you must specifically check the massive 240mm rear tire. Replacing that specific tire is painfully expensive. You must also inspect the final drive shaft housing for any signs of gear oil weeping, as spline maintenance is crucial on this torque monster. The price is likely to stabilize. There is simply no substitute for a 2,458cc engine. This bike is perfect for the ego rider. You buy this bike when you want to ensure no one at the local bike night has a bigger engine than you. Running costs are high. The proprietary parts, massive fluid capacities, and premium tires will drain your wallet. But if you want high-tech silence instead of a roaring triple, the electric machine at number 3 is currently suffering the worst depreciation curve in history. Number 3, the Zero SRF. The Zero SRF launched as the pinnacle of electric motorcycling with an original MSRP of $21,000. Today, the current clean used market price is a devastating $9,000. The specific reason the price dropped is the brutal reality of EV technology. Range anxiety, combined with rapid advancements in battery tech, makes a 5-year-old electric motorcycle feel like a flip phone. The price drop reflects market dynamics and genuine software quality issues from early models. You are getting 140 foot-pounds of instant torque. To put that in perspective, that is more than a Suzuki Hayabusa. It will rocket you to 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds without ever touching a clutch. For $9,000, you are essentially buying a silent stealth fighter for the street. However, we have to talk about the Cypher store. Zero introduced a controversial pay-to-unlock system where you have to spend real money to access features already built into the bike, like faster charging or 10% more battery capacity. The motorcycle community hated this DLC business model, and it absolutely guttered the used market value. No one wants to buy a used bike and then pay a subscription to use the heated grips. When inspecting a used SRF, you must specifically check the 12-volt accessory system and demand to see the battery degradation metrics on the Zero smartphone app. If the bike has a history of random shutdowns, the firmware is corrupted. Also, keep in mind that while it handles like a dream, it weighs nearly 500 pounds. If you live in a cold climate, your 80-mile highway range can shudder and drop by another 20% when the temperature dips. Charging is another critical factor. On a standard level 2 charger, you are looking at roughly 2 hours to get back to 90%. If you are stuck using a standard 110-volt wall outlet, you better have a comfortable chair because it will take overnight to top off. This price will drop further. Until battery technology hits a plateau, early electric vehicles will continue to lose value. This bike is perfect for the tech-savvy early adopter who charges at home and uses the bike strictly as a commuter. Running costs are low mechanically, but the massive depreciation offsets the fuel savings completely. If you prefer burning premium gasoline on a racetrack, the German superbike at number 2 is a certified weapon. Before buying any used electric bike, check the manufacture date on the battery pack. If it has been sitting in a crate for 2 years without a charge, the chemistry is compromised. Are you ready to see the machine that BMW enthusiasts are currently dumping for pennies on the dollar? It is a high-tech marvel with a shift cam heart that terrified the market when it first arrived. Let's look at the K67. Number 2, the BMW S1000RR. The 2019 to 2020 BMW S1000RR commanded an original base MSRP of $16,999, pushing past 22 grand with the M package. Today, you can snag one for $10,500. This is the K67 generation, the bike that swapped the iconic asymmetrical headlights for a sleeker, meaner face, and swapped its reputation for rock-solid reliability for a string of frustrating recalls. The specific reason the price dropped is the release of the updated M models and the 2023 redesign, combined with early generation engine drama. When this bike first launched, it was plagued by reports of leaking haze brake calipers and catastrophic engine failures related to the new shift cam technology. This drop reflects a genuine quality fear mixed with standard sport bike depreciation. The market recoiled when those early press bikes started blowing up, and the used prices have never fully recovered to the levels of the Japanese competitors. When inspecting this superbike, you must specifically verify that the valve train and water pump recall work was performed by a certified BMW dealer. Listen closely to the top end of the engine during a cold start. Excessive ticking indicates premature camshaft wear. But there is a hidden trap here: the M package carbon fiber wheels. If you see a single hairline cracks or a deep chip from a sloppy tire change, that bargain bike just became a financial pit. Replacing one of those wheels costs more than a used Ninja 400. You should also check the SOS error on the dashboard. If the module is fried, it is a permanent annoyance that is surprisingly expensive to fix. Pro tip: take a flashlight and look at the radiator fins. If they are caked in rubber and track debris, this bike didn't just go to coffee meets. It lived its life at 10,000 RPM, and you should negotiate the price accordingly. The price is likely to stabilize. 10 grand for a 200 horsepower German superbike is the absolute sweet spot for track riders. At this price point, you are getting the most sophisticated electronics suite in the world for the cost of a new entry-level parallel twin. This bike is perfect for the track junkie who wants cruise control and heated grips for the ride home after setting lap records. It is the ultimate gentleman's sport bike, until you turn off the traction control and realize it wants to launch you into the stratosphere. Running costs are high. Dealership service intervals are strict, and BMW parts carry a heavy premium. You aren't just paying for oil, you are paying for the specialized software resets that only the dealer can perform. Expect to spend $2,000 a year just on consumables, like tires and brake pads, if you are riding it the way the engineers intended. But what is the number one bike? What machine has completely crashed in the used market because the insurance industry decided to wage war against it? We are talking about a Japanese legend that is so cheap right now, banks are practically begging you to take it off their hands. Number 1. The Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R. The Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R is the ultimate casualty of the 2026 market. The original MSRP for this championship winning machine was $17,000. Today, the current clean used market price has plummeted to $8,500. The specific reason the price dropped has absolutely nothing to do with the bike itself. It is a victim of economic conditions and the insurance industry. Young riders buy these bikes, get quoted $500 a month for insurance, realize they cannot legally ride it, and dump it back on the market. Furthermore, the sport bike scene is pivoting heavily toward cheaper, slower, twin-cylinder bikes. This reflects pure market dynamics. Let's be real. Trying to insure a leader bike in 2026 as a 20-something is the ultimate financial buzzkill. Insurance companies have looked at the crash statistics and essentially said, if you want to go 180 miles per hour, you're going to pay us the price of a small condo every year. This has created a massive bottleneck where the only people who can afford to own these are 40-year-olds with perfect credit or track day addicts who don't care about a license plate. When inspecting a used ZX-10R, you must specifically check the electronic Öhlins steering damper for fluid leaks. You must also inspect the frame spars near the engine mounts for stress cracks. Because these are so cheap, they are frequently bought by aspiring racers and abused relentlessly on the track. Check for safety wire holes drilled into the oil drain plug, a dead giveaway of track use. Don't forget to squint at the radiator. If the fins look like they've been sandblasted, it spent its life tucked behind other bikes at triple-digit speeds on a circuit. Also, check the quick shifter. If the shifts feel notchy or it misses second gear under load, that gearbox has been kicked harder than a losing soccer ball. These components are expensive to replace and are often the reason a bike is being fire-saled on the used market. This price is likely to recover. As street-legal leader bikes become increasingly rare due to emissions regulations, clean examples of the ZX-10R will become highly sought after by collectors and racers. We are approaching the end of the road for high-revving, internal combustion screamers. In 5 years, people will look back at an $8,500 Ninja and realize it was the bargain of a lifetime. This bike is perfect for the dedicated racer or the highly experienced street rider who pays cash for their insurance policies and understands that limit is just a suggestion on the track. Running costs are high. The inline-4 engine is indestructible, but keeping it fed with premium tires, synthetic oil, and high-octane fuel requires a massive budget. You're buying world-class speed, but you still have to pay the tire tax. A set of high-performance tires won't even last 4,000 miles if you're actually using that throttle. You aren't just buying a bike, you're adopting a high-maintenance apex predator that eats wallets for breakfast. Click on the next video in order to continue the ride. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like this video.